Alpha Sessions.
Hiya, and welcome to the Alpha Sessions. My name is Pien, and today we have Becky in the studio.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
It's really funny because we had a little chat before this interview, and I already have so many questions that I didn't even write down because I'm just so interested, and a lot of things you said really resonated with me. So I just want to jump in, and when I did a little research on your social media, I saw you're having a GoFundMe campaign going on. Can you tell a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so as I'm sure you know, like recording's really expensive.
Yeah.
And I want to go to someone who's going to make me sound the best that I possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
So I started this GoFundMe so that I could achieve that goal because, you know, times are hard, aren't they? So it's hard to live your life and pay for everything you need to pay for and then do music on top of it. There's a lot of outgoings. So I thought, a lot of times people say to me at a gig, oh, can I buy an album from you? And I haven't been able to say yes, and I'd love to be able to say yes. So I started the GoFundMe just in case anyone wanted to support me. And I think I'm about, 25% towards the total at the moment, and it's been up there a couple of weeks. So
well, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
like it can be quite tricky. Like I did a GoFundMe myself for a project last year, and I find it very tricky because in the beginning, of course, if all your friends and family are like, "Oh, here's some money," and then after that, it's pretty much dead.
Yeah, that's it.
And to keep it like going, is there anything you were trying to do to get more donors in, or how do you tackle this project of the GoFundMe?
Yeah, so I've got a friend who's a videographer, and we're going to do a video that explains it all and all of that, and that's going to be out in the start of the new year, and I'm going to try and think of some creative, cool ways, I guess, to get around the algorithm, because they like to cap these things. To try and see if I can, get the views up, get it noticed, that sort of thing.
And like you said earlier, or actually introducing this topic, you said, as nowadays most independent artists know, it's quite tricky to indeed like get recording time and money. The whole social media thing, of course. AI is around the corner trying to take over. Do you feel overwhelmed a lot sometimes by doing it all by yourself?
Yeah, I think so. It can feel a little bit overwhelming because there's so much out there. And with social media, you're kind of encouraged to sort of churn stuff out every single day. And like, I have a busy life outside of music, you know, so it's hard, isn't it? Like sometimes you can go to bed thinking, oh, I've not done anything for myself, for my music project today or for anything like that, and wind up feeling guilty. It's hard to keep it continuously going, I think. So I think maybe for next year I want to breathe out a little bit, take my time and not feel that pressure so much, maybe.
And are there any tricks you found along the way that for your mental health that you like put in place to protect your mental health, or you're still trying to figure it out?
Yeah, I think just like massive amounts of self-care every single day. Like we all deserve that. We all deserve that. And I think so many people do feel this like guilt for not being productive all the time, and I think that's rubbish. Like resting is productive too. We need to, and you know, we can take our time, and I think if you rest adequately and take your time, you produce better stuff. You produce better things when you're not stressed out and when you're not burned out, and so prioritizing your own self-care and mental health it's something that I'm trying to do. Not always achieving it, but...
Well, you're only a human,
but
so...
trying, you know.
It's funny, as I did a little research on you and on your social media, you got quite a personality, and you're also really honest about things, which I really appreciate. How do you feel about the whole social media, and what do you want to use it for?
It's a mixture of things, really. Like, obviously, we've got this side of things, like the music and the self-promo, but then I think... When you are open about your own battles and your mental health, sometimes it's just one person that's seen it and they've gone, oh, someone else feels the same way that I do. And I've had messages from people saying, oh, what you said really on your social media really touched me because I've been feeling like this for years, like you've put it into words how I feel. It's just a reminder that we're not alone, I think. So that's the reason why I'm as honest and open as possible, I think. And it's therapeutic for me. Like I get to I get to get it out of my system as well. So it's a bit like therapy in a way, me getting it out of my system.
And is that why you use it for that?
In a way.
In a way, yeah.
Like, you know, when you write a song and the feelings, instead of being on the inside, they're on the outside now. And that's cathartic, isn't it? So I think, I don't know, I've got a massive dopamine addiction, like social media is just... I try and say that it's all for therapy, and I've got a massive dopamine addiction, not gonna lie. Like I have to be on my phone.
A little bit. Yeah. I hate to admit it, but I think most of us are like that.
Yeah, but it does help. I probably need to be on my phone a little bit less, but yeah, the output definitely helps.
It's just tricky sometimes because I feel it's a place to indeed be social, like it says, and meet other people and share the word what you're doing. But then also, then you look at the clock and you're already for 4 hours on it.
Yeah, that's it. Because you do get to, if you're at home, but then you've been able to speak to three or four people. Sometimes you've had a deep conversation with a friend. You feel better about things. That's something that we didn't have before social media. But then we've also got, in a way, we're accessible to people at all times, and that's not always healthy either. So it's finding the balance, isn't it? I think.
I haven't heard from you today, and that's fine, 'cause we've got busy lives and busy minds. You should come over, 'cause I wanna hold you, even if it's just tonight. We don't want anything permanent, but when I lie with you I feel content. So you should come over, I wanna show you how to feel like winter makes you sad. I know that we're all just trying to find something to remind us that life isn't all bad. I don't want somebody to share my life, but if you want to, you can spend the night. You should come over, I'll heal you and I'll hold you until you feel alright. Winter makes you sad, I know that we're all just trying to find something to remind us that life isn't all bad. And I know I haven't known you long yet, but you've become a lover and a friend. So you should come over, I wanna hold you, is that alright?
The Alpha Sessions.
You said earlier about like songwriting and how you put that in your lyrics, and I'm wondering, we've been chatting about this earlier as well. You said you have loads of songs ready to go.
Yeah.
Are these also going to be on the planned album for the GoFundMe?
I've still not decided. Like, I know 4 or 5 that are going on there, but I've not decided the entire track listing, because I think I've written 20 songs this year.
Okay, wow.
And so that's like half of them already that I
So
can't put on there. So
do you want to record all of them, and then like all the famous people always say they do, like they record like 20 songs and then pick the 10 best ones, or?
I don't know if I've got the time or the money for that.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd love for that to be an option. I really would. But I think I'm just going to go into the studio and go like, what am I feeling right now? What's reflecting me right now? And I'm going to pick those things that reflects me like in that moment, I think, and go from there.
And do you already have a plan for what producer you want to work with, what direction the album's going to go?
Yeah, I think so. I want to have more of a full band, like rockier sound.
Cool.
So that's a direction that I've not maybe necessarily gone in before.
Yeah.
I want to work with Adam at Deadline Studios. That's up in Leicester.
Oh, that's cool.
Because he's recorded my old EP and a bunch of my friends, and I think he's gonna make me sound the best I can be. So that's the plan. Rock it up a bit. Yeah.
And do you always want to go into this direction, or what made you decide to go into that direction? Because it's a bit different from what you released so far, right?
It is. I think I've always wanted to. It's always been sort of in me, but I've only ever been sort of like me as an artist. But then when I've been around other musicians and been able to like push things in a rockier direction, it's felt more like my personality can come out a bit more, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to give it a go. Like more like pop rock. Like, I'm not completely ditching
like super alternative.
who I am or anything.
Like, which is also fine.
Yeah, I'm not trying
totally
to be
fine.
someone else or ditching like who I am or anything like that. I just want to add a bit more grit to it, I think. That's what it is.
Because you feel... Like, when I started making music, like 2 years ago, I felt like I needed to do it the right way, which is maybe leaning more towards the commercial side of things than what you really want to make.
Yeah.
Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, it does. I think that's something that I definitely did in the past. I wrote music that I thought other people might want to listen to. Whereas I think, literally, like, I'm 36 now, and I think in this last year... I've actually been writing what I want to write, and that's why I've written so many songs, because it's kind of all come out in a way, because I stopped caring what other people thought so much. I stopped caring if I sell like lots of records. I stopped caring if, you know, thousands of people saw my stuff or whatever. And that's made a massive difference to the stuff that I do put out now. Highly recommend that, by the way. Recommend not caring what anyone else thinks.
It's so funny because sometimes I feel that's maybe the biggest blessing of being independent, that you don't have a label to prove things to.
Yeah,
and of
absolutely.
course, a fan base is super important, but I feel if you have the right one, they're able to grow with you and not, oh, this is our target audience and you have to stick to it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
And it's funny, I've been hearing a lot from people. Maybe it's also because I don't want to get too much into politics or whatever, but we're living in such a weird world now.
Yeah.
And at least it makes me wonder, who am I doing it for?
Exactly.
And if you're not doing it for yourself, what's the point?
That's it, exactly. Like, in a lot of ways, I think we feel like the world's ending because everything's so doom and gloom. So it's kind of like, why am I not doing what I want? I should be doing what I want in that case.
And speaking of actually your upcoming album or new album, do you have a title for that yet?
Yeah, it's going to be called Electric.
Ooh, and tell me more about that.
So Electric is the title track, and it's a song about me being bisexual and not knowing how to talk to women. Because someone who, you know, came out a little bit later in life and only dated men, suddenly I wanted to date women and didn't have a clue what to do. Yeah. So this is what the song's about. So me and my friends were having a conversation and I didn't know if this woman was flirting with me or not. And I was like, is she flirting with me? I don't know. Like, she's complimented my hair and my makeup, and they were like, yeah, she's flirting with you. And I was like, I had no idea. Wow, okay. And then that's what turned into the song.
Oh, that's so fun. So I can imagine that was quite like a new feeling. And is it also like described in the song, or how does this song kind of cover that situation?
So the first line is like, is she flirting or does she just like my makeup or something like that? That's my own song and I've just done the lyrics wrong.
It's always like
Is she flirting or does she just like my outfit? Because I think sometimes we're so nice to each other, like we never know whether someone's flirting or not. And I'm autistic as well, so sometimes I have to say, are you flirting with me?
Well, there's nothing wrong with being direct.
So that's literally what the song's about.
Oh, that's so fun. And so you wrote this song, and that one is also ready to record in January?
Yes. So that's going to be the title track and my next single, title of the album. Merch, hopefully, as well. We'll see.
That could be cute, a little electric, like sweater or something.
Something like that.
That's sweet. Yeah. And will that be also the theme of the album, you think? Or maybe a more generalized kind of theme, like growth or reinventing yourself?
Yeah, I think it's more about that, like growth and confidence and empowerment and that sort of thing. Yeah, there's only one song about being bisexual, I think. Yeah, we'll see. I might write another one.
Well, you never know. Yeah. Like, we can always use more of those. Don't get me wrong. And what kind of sound is this song going to be?
So this is going to be a bit more like rocked up. I'm going to have like a little bit of heavier guitars in it. I mean, I'm going to do an acoustic version of it later that doesn't sound anything like that, but the idea is to have a bit of more of a rockier sound.
Yeah. And like an up-tempo kind of thing? Okay, cool. Yeah. call in a full band setting? Like we talked
full band,
earlier.
so I can prance around on stage when it's when it's recorded. Yeah,
why not? We need anything like that, right?
Is she flirting or does she just like my outfit? She complimented my hair, said she likes what I'm wearing, but is that it? Sometimes she takes my hand, tells me that she understands. Is this just friendship? Can she feel the electric? She's so pretty and she sees me in a way that men don't do. When I'm with her, I'm delirious. I don't know what to do. And it's not like it is with guys. She's got me mesmerized. Does she feel it too? And we talk all the time, from the morning till night. It's like she's reading my mind. And she doesn't care if people stare when she's dancing out of time. When she said she liked my eyes, was she just being nice? Is this just friendship? Can she feel the electric? She's so pretty and she sees me in a way that men don't do. When I'm with her, I'm delirious. I don't know what to do. And it's not like it is with guys. She's got me mesmerized. Does she feel it too? Does she feel it too? I wanna take her on a carousel and buy her pretty things. I wanna take her on a carousel and buy her pretty things. She's so pretty and she sees me in a way that men don't do. When I'm with her, I'm delirious. I don't know what to do. And it's not like it is with guys. She's got me mesmerized. Does she feel it too? Does she feel it too? Does she feel it too?
The Alpha Sessions.
You said it was an eye-opener for you in the last year.
Yeah.
Or do you feel you've been thinking about it earlier but only been brave enough to really surrender yourself to it last year or
That's
this year?
exactly it. I think over the past couple of years, like the past year, I've kind of had the confidence to do what I want.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've had more like personal growth than I ever have before,
Yeah.
and that's allowed me to get to a place where I can make the music that I want to make, I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I came out of an abusive relationship a couple of years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it was sort of like leaving that relationship and figuring out who I was again that made me realise like, oh, actually, no, this is who you are and this is what you want to do. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I do really believe that everything happens for a reason, and
Yeah.
that sometimes it just takes a little bit more time, especially in a world where sometimes I feel only 14-year-olds on TikTok can make it nowadays, and
Yeah.
everyone above like 24 is already too old to be in this industry kind of thing. And how do you feel about that?
I think I used to care a lot about that. I think I used to think, the time's ticking, or like you're over 30, you're not relevant anymore, and any of that. And it's hard, isn't it? Because I think we do kind of feel that pressure, especially as like women and AFAB people, because we absolutely get pressurized in such a more intense way than like males and AFAB artists and people like that. But that's another thing that I've just decided not to care about anymore, to be honest.
That's really cool.
People are gonna like you anyway.
Or they don't.
Or they don't, and then you don't. Yeah.
And then they don't, and then
If they don't, then their problem.
I just love your mindset, because it's quite brave to choose that for yourself. And of course, some days are better than others.
Yeah.
When you do feel on top of the world and then you don't, and you do feel confident. Do you think that with this album, once you're gonna record it, you said earlier, what is it, in January?
Yeah, I'm going to get in the studio in January, and the plan is to like have it ready for festival season. So.
Oh wow! So like you're gonna release it this year, next year then?
Hopefully, if everything goes well.
Oh,
yeah.
That's so cool. That's quite ambitious.
Yeah.
Love it though.
I don't do things by halves.
Love that. All or nothing. Yeah, I like
Definitely.
that. You said you want to get it ready for festival season, and is that so you can just get it out there and perform it?
Yeah, and then so if people ask if you got a CD for me, then I've got one.
Yeah. So you're planning to also release that on CD or also on other platforms?
Yeah, I'm going to do like a small run of CDs just because people ask sometimes, especially people from like an older generation. Like I don't mean that in a mean way, but sometimes people from an older generation will come and ask for a CD because they want to physically have that.
Yeah.
So, and I've said that everyone who donates over £50 to my GoFundMe gets a signed CD. So that's a bit of an incentive as well.
Definitely gonna donate something then. If you want a signed CD, you never know. In a few years, maybe worth something.
That'd be nice.
Right? So by hearing that, you got quite then a big range of like age when it comes to your audience.
Yeah. I do, I think, at gigs. I think in like the Leicester music scene, because that's where I'm from, Leicester, I think we do have quite a diverse range in terms of like the audience members and sort of the music scene as a whole. Yeah.
If you compare it to the London scene, what's the biggest difference you would say?
I think the Leicester, obviously like the size of London and the amount of the events, and in London it's a lot harder to get noticed. It's a lot harder to get these events, whereas in Leicester obviously we're a much smaller, closer knit. I think I was saying to you earlier that like it's easy to get someone's contact details or to like things like that. Like in London, it's a lot more. You have to jump through a lot more hoops, I think, than you do in Leicester. Leicester's actually like because COVID did such a number on our music scene. Like I know it did for everybody, but I think it's getting to the point now where things are getting a bit more busy and a bit more exciting.
Okay, that's good.
But yeah, I think that in terms of like the diversity, there's a lot because. You know, female and AFAB artists, like quite often the lineup is quite often not very female heavy or not very like AFAB heavy like in general, but I think in Leicester we're starting to change that within our little scene, I think. And I know there's a lot of things in London like the Under the Radar and like here, like this radio show, like a lot of the artists have been female, haven't they, in AFAB, so
I think most of them, it's
making
interesting.
nice changes, And
is there like a predominant genre in Leicester, or?
No, I wouldn't say so.
No.
I wouldn't say so.
It's a bit of everything.
Yeah.
And is it, I feel now, at least in the London scene, there's an uprise in collaborating with other artists, not necessarily on songs, but also working on events with each other or doing like producing and not just writing. Is that also happening in Leicester, or?
Yeah, I think we're starting to see more of that. Like there's a group called Unglamorous Women, and Ruth Miller, who sadly passed away last year, started this for like women and AFAB people that had some of them never played an instrument before, or some of them had never been in a band or on stage, and started this project, and that's become massive in Leicester. And so it is like a huge range of genres and ages and things like that. So I think we're starting to see more of it. It feels exciting, yeah.
And is there a thing you contribute or something you're very passionate about when it comes to the community?
Yeah, like I love doing collaborations with other people. I love getting on stage with my friends. Like that's the best feeling when you get to go on stage with your friends. I'm hoping to put a band together in the new year.
Oh, wow.
I'm looking for a female or AFAB drummer, by the way.
Anyone listening? It's also a good platform to get it out there. That's so cool. And then for your band or just a whole new project?
Well, both really. So I've got like a bit of a punk project that I want to start.
Yeah.
I want to yell some things. I want to shout some things.
Oh, that's actually a really good idea.
I'm angry about some stuff, you know.
Just need to let it go.
Yeah. But that's just for fun. That's going to be like a fun project.
Cool.
And then I want a band for
fun.
my own stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
So.
Oh, big plans then.
Yeah, lots
for the
of
new
plans.
year.
Yeah.
Any other New Year's resolutions when it comes to that?
I'm going to sit down probably.
I hope so. It sounds busy. And I haven't even started yet.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing any New Year's resolutions because I never stick to them.
Yeah.
And then I always beat myself up. So
Yeah,
I'm just going to vibe through
That's
January.
A good one. Love that. That's a really good one. That sounds good. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I really loved talking to you about your transition from like genre, and I hope all your non-New Year's resolutions do happen. And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll see you at night. Meet me at the bar. You'll tell me you're fine before we take things too far. Shots in the dark, Jaegers in the line. We know we're here till closing time. Afflictions we can't cure, but when I'm with you, it's less of a battle. We're messed up by design. So I'll see you at night. See you at night. Moving on, we dance to heavy guitars. I throw my hands in the air and say I love this song. Shot number 5, a gift from a friend. I know this will hurt tomorrow, but right now I don't care. Afflictions we can't cure, but when I'm with you, it's less of a battle. We're messed up by design. So I'll see you at night. See you at night. Ooh, I can't wait till Friday night. Afflictions we can't cure, but when I'm with you, it's less of a battle. We're messed up by design.